So we start with a mech, a very large mech, a truly massive mech, one that either hasn't been seen in a while, or some would say is truly coming into itself now in a new time. As Nightstar NSR 9J begins walking out of the mech gate, and the announcer is saying, for the first time in Solaris history, announcing Adam Knight, rank 100, class 5 assault, challenging for rank 94, Maksim Alexander Fulin. And so your opponent walks out and does his introduction first in his Marauder 2 MAD 5B. We've seen Alexander before. I think Hunter fought him briefly in the past, and he looks very aged. He was old 5 years ago. Now he's like Zero One Eye. He basically shouldn't be in the cockpit anymore. And the 5 years have not been kind to him, but he walks 100 tons of mech metal out with a Gauss rifle and 2 PPCs mounted on it, and he just does as best he can move the assault mech in like a building run, and then throws it into a drifting slide that he controls quite well before stopping and firing off both of his PPCs in 2 different directions and hitting like a target that someone had thrown up. It cuts to his cockpit where he takes off his sunglasses and he looks directly at the camera. This aged Russian man whose skin is tight and leathery and has like those really defined neck muscles and veins, and he goes, chill out, bro. And everyone's like, ah, he said the line, ah, he's back, it's Maksim Alexander Fulin. And we cut over to you, Adam Knight, your first match on Solaris. What do you look like and how are you feeling? Like, are you sweaty palms clutching your mech controls as you walk in? Are you cool as a cucumber? Tell me, Adam Knight, who are you? You know, briefly.
Adam he's in his cockpit, he's walking it out. And he's only sort of paying attention, so he doesn't run into anything while he's working on a data pad trying to think, man, I need to come up with some really awesome way to get out here. Ma can see me on TV. This is going to be great. So he doesn't look like he's stressed at all. It looks like he's distracted and thinking about other things.
Okay. What do you do for an intro?
For this match, he has a bunch of he has a few disposable smoke launchers that fire off, and he's got some mounted on the mech as well to give it this whole like walking through its own cloud of smoke effect.
Very Mech Warrior 3.
And he's got like gold LEDs that flash to illuminate the smoke as he walks out.
Okay. All right. So Maksim, I don't want to say he saunters over to you because of course you're on opposite sides of an arena, but he opens communications while gesturing broadly towards you in as human a gesture as a squat Marauder 2C can. Sorry, squat Marauder 2 can. And he says, hey, man, Adam, hey, welcome. You know, I know a lot about your stable. You know, I've got a long history with them. They're a bunch of hotheads. Are you going to be keeping it cool today, or are you going to let your blood pressure get the better of you, young blood?
It depends on what day of the week it is. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay, you're just as crazy as the rest of them, right? Well, tell Hunter that, you know, if he feels the shadow of my boot stuck up his ass, that's because I've been thinking about him a lot lately. He cuts communications.
Man, I'm not even sure which dice to grab.
Where is the Cercinus Federation?
They're periphery.
Right, but which side
on
of the periphery?
On the Lyran side, close to the...
Oh, well, get those G8 Falcon dice then. That's the closest faction you got to. You might want to take Lyran dice instead. Although, if you wanted to harvest the good energy of the shrimps out there, continuing the Jade Falconness, you know. I got a 7.
All right, let's see. I got an 11.
Okay. You pick the sides.
I would like to come in on the north side.
Great. You will come in from here. Two Gauss rifles in a PPC versus a Gauss rifle and 2 PPCs. What's your count on that?
I counted 18.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
Before at the end of the marching in phase, I would like to set my variable targeting computer to long.
Variable targeting computer? You and your... So that's where you take
space magic.
yeah, that's where you take a -1 to hit at that particular range, right?
Yeah, I take 1 from the penalty at long and I apply it to short.
Okay. I mean, Solaris is literally the best place for this particular quirk.
It kind of is.
As long as you're not fighting in a group battle, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I still have a 10 on the initiative.
I got a 9.
Okay. Please feel free to do what you need to.
I'm gonna cool as a cucumber this one. I move by not moving.
All right. He charges forward. That's 4, but I meant to go 5. Oh, listen, I've installed Foundry now. Who knows? Maybe we'll start playing Battletech on Foundry. We'll just do everything Foundry now. Haven't even opened it up. Just have it installed. Actually, I haven't even installed it. I've just downloaded the installer, but I'm already ready to abandon everything else for it. You know, it's that I've only known it for one day, but if anything happens to it, I'll kill all of you.
I did see the was it you guys did Twilight on it?
Yeah.
It looked really good.
Yeah, it does look good. All right, we're 13 accept away.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. We were 18, you moved 5.
Wrecked. Right out of that long range, brother.
Good thing it doesn't put me at a penalty for medium.
Good thing it put me in medium, so you know. All right. Are you in heavy trees?
I am. And as far as I know, that's too high as well.
Those trees, though. I mean, it is too high, but it doesn't fully cover you.
Okay.
Look,
well, I'm glad to have the heavy.
I'll count it, and then someone from the audience will tell me whether I'm right or wrong. Hopefully with a page reference. Wink. That's all I asked for, man. That's all I have asked for from the beginning days of Battletech. Give me a page reference. You're shooting first.
Yep. So 2, 3, 4 for your run, 5, 6 for the range for medium. And I think, yeah, everything's in medium because you're 13 away. So I need 6s to hit.
Okay.
So I'll start with the Gauss rifles and then the PPC.
Wow, that must hurt you.
It really does.
Trash can flies past him. All right.
I'll take that though.
Sure you will.
So that's 15 damage to the left leg.
Yep.
And 10 more damage to the left leg.
This is not going great. Doing ER Goss. No. Wouldn't it be amazing though if I hit the Gauss rifle in the head and just killed you?
It's like, first match. There's my edge. This is
that
great
Hunter
start.
McGregory. Yeah, he fires back. It just misses all over the place, and he builds a metric F ton of heat. 33. He dissipates 32, so he gains 1. That needs plenty RPGCs for real. I mean, the best news for me is that it doesn't have XL Fusion Engine, so it's going to take you forever to kill me. Pilot skill check is a success. Initiative 10.
Oof. You win.
All right, so he says, "Oh, come on, bro. I know you're new to Solaris, but you can't just stand up there not moving and hiding in your first match. You don't want to be seen as a coward, do you?" Wink, Grimdark James. Come on, engage me in the thrilling battle of heroics. It's not just about winning the match. You have to win the hearts of the people.
I've got to finish my coffee first.
Who drinks coffee while piloting a mech? You need your blood pressure to be lower. You're crazy. All of you are crazy. Apex Dragons. The only mountain they're trying to climb is high heart rate.
Got to maintain, about an equal balance in my body. I don't know if I could survive a life without caffeine.
Okay. He's literally dying. He's just like, oh my god, these kids, they're killing me. So fucking old.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry, he's Russian, so he'd say something like "Oi, zhinoy," or however the fuck you say it. Look, I don't speak Russian. I only know the first 13 letters of their alphabet, an occasional word that involves fencing, and whatever I've heard from movie villains.
I'm going to oh, I need to remember to do it at the end of the round is when I set the variable targeting.
Sure.
Well, that's a little inconvenient.
Well, you haven't moved yet, so where are you setting it to?
I would like to set it to medium.
Sure.
And
what does this look like? I'll tell you what I think. You tell me what it actually looks like. You know how in Star Wars they pilot like this, but then whenever they go to shoot, they crank a little dial in the middle of the TIE fighters. They're like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? How do you fly in 3 dimensions like that? But then they're always like cranking this little it's like a dial on the side of a sniper scope, but like set into the controls. I don't fucking know what's going on.
So I imagine he's like he doesn't have his hand on the throttle because he was in place, and he's like, okay, wait, I got to figure out how do I balance this coffee now? So he tries to squeeze it between his thighs so he can adjust and step backwards 1 hex while setting his computer to medium.
Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. You're a real pain in the ass. You know that, King Daniel?
I mean, I'm not winning a whole lot of initiatives, but apparently I won the one that mattered.
Yeah. All right, that's 9 hexes, which is going to put you at medium for everything that matters.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting through 4 points of heavy woods.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5 for the heavy woods in front of me. 6, 7 for your run. And 8 because medium range with the computer. Goss PPC. Okay, that is a hit. Left torso, 15. That is a miss. And center torso for 10.
So it was 15 to where?
The left torso.
That's center torso. All right, well, at least you aren't knocking one of my legs off this round. Armor, though.
I'd ask for an ammo card for the Gauss rifle, but I have 56 rounds of ammo, so I'm not worried about it.
What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Is that real?
Yeah, I have a lot of ammo.
Holy shit, dude. I'm not going to keep track of mine because I have 24 rounds. Like, there's no way. Like, on a battlefield, something like the finale of A Time of Total Warfare Season 4, that would be a fight where you'd want to keep track of that level of ammo. But, yeah, that's crazy. All right. Medium. Somehow made it so much harder for me. All right. PPCs over a Gauss rifle. Nope. All those are misses.
Pilot check.
Yeah. I'm good. That deep breath was me preparing myself to fall on my face and die. I mean, this is how assault battles go. You keep shooting until somebody falls down and then they're fucked.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm not hitting you, but you are hitting me. That's the way the cookie crumbles. 5.
I got a 10 this time.
Got a 10 this time, huh? Fine, I jumped to Gary. Although I guess you should have set your thingy beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
But I would expect you're going to set it to short range.
I am.
They're above all those other trees, by my accounting.
We are 6 away.
That line of sight works, yeah.
Although setting it to short range is turning it off. So I can't give myself a -1 range penalty. So yeah, I guess I'm going to sit still. Ooh, that die went way further than I meant to throw it.
Okay, I'm gonna all 3 again. ERPPCs over at Gauss Rifle. Junk in here. Oh, Gauss Rifle hits. Left arm for 15. Also, suck it.
Okay.
Finally invested in this battle. So as you take that Gauss Rifle hit, you know, your giant neuro helmet slams up against the side of your chair, and you find yourself on a battlefield as clan Omnimechs are overrunning your position. You're looking around. There's tons of your mechs are gone, and you notice that like Sterling's Fusiliers, who you're serving on the flank of, they're gone too, and there's a lone mech warrior stumbling out of a mech that just has like their emergency beacon on. What do you do?
Well, I imagine that earlier while he was on the front, he was probably in a lighter mech.
Not a Night Star, yeah.
Not a Night Star.
Wouldn't be difficult to find a lighter mech than a Night Star.
Yeah. So I imagine he was probably like a Vanguard element or something in a Hunchback. And he sees this beacon, and it looks like the line is folding and people are going back. And he's looking at it, he sees the beacon, and he's like, no. I'm not leaving anyone to these things. And he sprints towards the beacon, taking more fire. And even though the Hunchback gets thoroughly smashed in the effort, he manages to make it out with one torso and arm to be able to carry the pilot as he sprints to friendly lines trying to dodge fire.
All right. As you get behind friendly lines, you know, you open the hand up and the pilot goes, thank you for that. Private First Class Hunter McGregor here, Sterling's Fusiliers.
And I'll open up comms. Adam, happy auxiliary. I'm glad that stunt didn't kill the both of us.
And as you say that, your vision clears. What? And you snap back to the present where you're about to alpha strike me.
I mean, I'm not going to shoot the small laser.
Oh, of course. Listen, I feel like there needs to be some understanding that small lasers and like machine guns don't get counted in a technical alpha strike, right? Like anything that can't reach something like 9 hexes really isn't a weapon.
Well, my medium pulse lasers are offended.
All right, well, your medium pulse lasers were designed to fight light mechs, so
yeah, they'll have to make do though.
Go to their room and grow up into X pulses.
Be interesting to see if anybody takes that mech during the season. Yeah. Let's see. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for everything in short range, and I need 8s for the medium pulses. So I'll do Gauss, PPC, Pulse. Okay. Right torso for 15.
It begins. I'm gonna be a dramatic bitch about this today, man.
That's going to be right leg for 15.
Sure.
And that's going to be...
you're firing Gauss Rifle. Never mind. Your PPC's last.
Right arm for 10.
Yep. Don't bother with me. I'm crazy talking.
It's okay. We're here. We're here for you.
No, you're not. Audience, I know you. You'll betray me. Sonar's out there writing a commentary about my rules question earlier. You know it, right? You know it's gonna. He won't. The thing is, I'm like, you can put it in the comment section so people learn about it. We'll put it in Gladiator's stable because he's worried about opposing me publicly, and I'm like, what? People oppose me publicly all the time.
I mean, that's the internet. 6 damage, center torso.
Okay. Ooh, what is it? A medium pulse laser?
Yeah.
You think a
And
medium pulse laser is going to scare me, Kane?
I mean, the other one definitely didn't think so. It missed.
All right, good. Oh no. Oh, that's a super
is that it?
No, I mean, he has 3 points of edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and blow one of them here. He got exactly what he needed. He's struggling, dude. He jumps up, he's on the edge of the cliff, you keep hitting him. He's like, I want to say Mufasa-ing, right? Like, he's like, gets his shit back together. Maybe like one leg dramatically juts out, you know, and like part of the cliff crumbles before he throws his weight forward and stumbles back into balance. Mufasa. What range would you like to set your variable targeting computer?
I'm going to leave it at short.
Sure. I got an 8 for initiative.
You got a 4?
No, an 8. 8.
Oh. I also got an 8. Now I have a 5.
Not bad. Double 6s.
Okay. Let's see. He's got a jump of 3 and a run of 5. I'll stay still.
Okay. We now can't see each other. We have
too many trees?
3 units of woods between the two of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ironic, you see, as he gets closer, the trees begin moving up to play. He takes a step back, you know. It's like one of those gaming worlds, right? Where you're like, as you move closer, the trees grow taller. It's just like, huh? How is this happening? All right. I get close enough that the trees interfere with our shooting. Perfect. Works for me.
All right.
You really wanted to come to this, Adam. Knife fighting.
I mean, a man's got to be good with a knife, just the same as a gun.
I would have thought someone from your stable had learned that you do not fight with knives. It just ends poorly for everyone. Are you not paying attention?
See, the trick to fighting with a knife is you never play fair.
Shakes his head. And he also shakes the whole mech as well before preparing to do his next move.
I got a 12 on initiative.
I got a 9.
Well, no DFA, which is something I was kind of worried about.
I mean, the reason Highlanders are super strong at DFAs is because their quirk lets their legs take less damage when they DFA, which is crazy.
It's fantastic. Hopefully that means we'll get to see more DFAs out of Hunter.
He's just going to do the polite thing. Go tip to snoot to snoot.
Snoot to snoot.
Hurts you more than it hurts me. You're the one with 2 Gauss rifles.
True. But if you want to shoot at me, you're not going to be punching me.
That's true for both of us.
Yeah. And the punch damage is 1 for every 10 tons, and the kick damage is 1 for every 5 tons.
Probably. Yeah, I was just mocked for this like 2 weeks ago, where James was like, "You're always looking up the the physical damage rules," and I'm like, "Look, man, there's one that's like 10 and then times it by 3, and the number of hexes move. Like melee damage in Battletech is crazy." Yes, kick does twice as much as punching. So yeah. Why, huge? You wanna stand still and get kicked?
Well, I'm not worried about you kicking through my armor. And watching your rolls, I know I'm a better pilot. I don't want to give you an additional set of woods. Let us knife fight.
Very well. Ugh. All right. He literally floats up in front of you and is just firing wildly. Trees are exploding all around you. Your mech is totally untouched, except maybe by a few splinters. Not enough to force you into a flashback.
He fired.
I'm gonna kick as well.
Okay.
Obviously, I just wanted to clear.
I will fire.
Sure. I'll allow it.
I'll fire everything.
Everything?
I'm even going to fire the small laser.
My God, it's an actual alpha strike.
Let's see. The Gosses are going to take a 2 penalty. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
See, what bothers me about this is that when I'm in this position, it's because standing at the top of a tall area and firing long-range weapons is like what that mech's supposed to do. But for you, getting closer doesn't change your level of effectiveness at all. Like, I'm not suddenly going to be like, all right, I have a TSM hatchet. Now that I'm up here, you're fucked. I've struggled to come uphill to fight you to get the best possible dice numbers, but I'm not in a better position.
Yeah.
I'm just in a less bad one.
So I'm firing everything, starting with the Goss, because math is hard. That'll be a hit. 15 to the left leg.
All right, hold on a sec. We got some problems here. Oh, I still have 1 armor left. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's so much armor there. Go ahead.
The other Goss will also hit. Right arm for 15. PPC. I think that's a miss. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a miss, barely. But sadly a miss. And then the medium pulse lasers, I need 3s to hit with. That's not what I want. I needed a critical roll on that. That's a center torso for 6. I'm not going to spend my edge on the crit roll. I want to, but I'm not going to.
That's for 10?
That's for 6.
Oh.
And then 6 more damage to the right torso.
Got it, chat. I got it before you said anything. Not going to be reading that comment in 3 days.
And then how much damage does a small laser do? 3 damage. Okay.
You haven't heard about the majesty of the all ER small build?
I've heard of it, but I have no interest in it. 3 damage to the left leg.
That's
with
internal.
1 crit.
Yep. Go ahead. Bring a d6 over here. Dude, about to hit the ground hard. Jump jet, jump jet, jump jet.
6.
Roll again, roll again. Get that 5. Yeah, give me that 5. Oh, fuck.
Upper leg.
Yeah.
That's going to make standing interesting.
I mean, it's better than losing the hip or the gyro, bro.
And I will also declare that I will be kicking.
Sure. All right. Actuator stopped me from kicking, by the way.
Does he have to make the piloting check before the physical phase, or is it at the end of the turn?
He has to make it at before the physical phase, so he could fall before he's ready to kick.
Okay.
Plus 2.5 damage to kicking with that. Oh, with that leg. So he's gonna kick with the other leg. He's gonna kick right leg in.
Does he get any penalty to his piloting checks for upper leg? Like since the chart game got expanded, I am now lost looking for things in it.
So the main chart is basically unchanged, right? Those other charts are for totally different like side things. Everything that we normally have is well, I guess he detached the physical attacks table, but you know, mech hit location is still here. Mech kick location is still here.
Yeah, here we go. Hip actuator, leg actuator is 1. I was hoping it'd be bigger, but
I'm going to use a point of edge to reroll that. That definitely hits. Now I'm screwed. You take a left leg hit for 10 damage. And you will be making a PSR in the round for having been kicked.
Okay. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be any additional modifiers for that, so I just went ahead and rolled it and I passed.
Correct. Sure. Go ahead and make your kick.
Okay, so the pilot skill difference is on...
Sorry, you took way more than 10. You took 20. Got it, chat. I don't want to see that comment. Delete it. Pondo, backspace. All backspace.
So I'll make my second one then. And I roll double 6s on my second one.
Mother.
So the difference in pilot skill is just for DFAs?
Yeah, it's just for DFAs. You get a -2 when you're kicking. You still have to account for movement and woods and stuff, but not like heat.
So rolling off of piloting, so that's down to a 1 for a kick, +1 for the jump gets me to 2, and the woods gets me to a 4. Okay, that's a successful kick.
Yeah.
And then 1d6 for location.
Definitely don't want that left leg.
I got a 5.
Bottom left of the big chart. It's the left leg.
So that's 19 points of damage because I'm 95 tons.
That snaps the leg. I think I'm going down. Leg destroyed. Automatic fall. +5. I take pilot damage. Ironic. He's conscious. All right, he goes down. Feels some heat. Forgot about that.
So we got to do a direction in the falling damage itself.
Yeah, sorry. I actually built enough heat that it's going to matter now because I jumped 3 times while firing. I forgot about that. So I'm 15, 31 plus 3 is 2. So I've been building 2 heat every round. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so now I'm 7 heat. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered because I've been jumping rather than walking. All right.
All is well in the universe.
What was the question?
So now we do what direction and his falling damage.
Yes. Five. There's 2 left. Center torso. And 5-point blocks for 10 damage. So first one is center torso, and second is left flank, which will be left torso. Yep, it goes down, and it's bad. He opens comms, and he's just like, hey, look, man. Hey, man, look, chill. Let me get back to my feet, huh? Have a little sympathy for your senior, yes?
I mean, you're missing a leg. What are you gonna do? Hop around? It's a bad look.
Look, we just stand up and we beat the shit out of each other, huh? What do you want from me?
Well, I don't want to embarrass the geriatric. Why don't you just fire that flare?
Oh, you know what? Fuck you. He fires the flare.
Okay.
You whippersnappers, your smart language, your skateboards.
I feel like I need to make skateboarding a thing now for this character.
All right. Update your rank.
And we didn't do a pre-interview, which means that like I wasn't able to try to guarantee victory at all.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do it, then you did it.
Okay.
You should mark down then that you have a point of stress.
I am a hot dog.
Then you should ignore what I just said.
Like what, half the stable?
Powerful, and yet not a single fucking know-it-all until now. You ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Rank 94, Adam Knight. Look, Maksim just got dunked down to rank 100, so he's kind of pissed off. I mean, what he do? He just, someone limps his mech off of the field while he just gets like a G Fuel bottle and drinks from it. Pre-mixed. And you're shuffled off to your interview with William Wyndham Williamson III, who you've never met until right now. He is wearing a t-shirt of a guy that you don't know, and like a series of overlapping gold chains that read Chang Gang, and like khakis that are normal until they get to the knees, and then they balloon out like hammer pants. It looks very odd. This is Solaris. This is high fashion, though.
So I figure probably because Adam is definitely a caffeine addict, he will have a fresh coffee to show up to his interview with.
Mr. Harley, that's Adam Knight, right?
Yeah, Adam Knight.
Welcome to Solaris, Mr. Knight. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
I understand that you're a representative of Apex Dragons, a stable that I've got some history with. How have you been finding your time with them?
Well, I'm good friends with Hunter. He hooked me up with an opportunity, and I thought it would be great to fight on TV. And he's been trying to show me the ropes and tell me a little bit about different people and whatnot. I mean, he mentioned you, said you're good people.
Okay. Why don't you tell us what happened in that match?
Well, I guess I would describe it as an impatient old man against a patient young man. He wanted to knife fight me, and I showed him that knife fights never end the way you think they're going to.
Yes, I think we saw that yesterday. Mr. Knight, what are you doing here on Solaris? What's your thing? A lot of people come through here. A lot of people leave here. Many are forgotten. If you were to be remembered, what's your entrance? What's your opening? Give us your story.
Well, what do I want to be remembered for?
No. History will choose what you'll be remembered for. But if you're remembered, you have to have an origin, right? Tell us who you are, who your character is, if that's, better for you. But
well,
I want to know you.
I guess when I decided to leave my family and make my own way, I decided the place to be. I decided the place to be was to cross that Tukeyed line and fight clanners. It's actually, that's kind of where, and then, you never know what's going to happen or the people that you're going to meet and the places that it'll take you. But I set out to cross that line and fight the good fight and made friends along the way. And now I'm here to hopefully keep doing that on TV. I mean, you've got this whole, I understand there's this whole whatever it is, like warden, whatever stuff, but I I think it's important to show people that we don't need a group so pretentious as to think we need their protection or shepherding.
Interesting. Yet you're teammates with Seth Kabrinsky.
He is also in the stable.
How do you resolve your relationship with him?
You don't have to like all your teammates.
Do you anticipate challenging him at some point?
I mean, if he proves it's worth the time.
Will you be challenging him to an honor duel of Zelbringen with Bachal?
I mean, I've heard about that stuff, but I don't really particularly care about it.
Not for you.
I don't need somebody else to tell me how I am and I'm not allowed to fight. It's a fight. Warfare has never been about two people meeting on a field, trying to pretending it's more civilized than it is. You don't engage in a war because you want to, because you like the process. You engage in a war because you have an objective to meet.
Would you call yourself a soldier or a mercenary?
I've been both.
But which are you?
Well, right now I'm not taking any mercenary contracts, so I guess right now I'm an entertainer, a fighter, a gladiator.
You had a perfect opportunity to say I'm a gladiator, and then everyone home would have been like, "Oh, what a great answer!" Oh man! All right, you got the gladiator there. You got the gladiator, so he's not. I'm a gladiator. What's your goal here, Adam Knight? Where are you headed to? A lot of gladiators know that they can't make it to the 1% of the 1%, to the top of the grand tournament. Some are content simply to fight here for fame and glory, for their name to be spread. Others want to be at the top of their own category. What are your goals? Had you thought about that one?
I mean, I'm here to have a good time. I really am. And I hope that other people have just as good a time following me.
I have to tell you.
If I make it to that top 1%, that's where the cards go. But who knows?
He adjusts his gold chains and says, I have to tell you, I've heard that story a lot, and I can't remember the name of anyone I've ever heard it from.
Well, I mean, I wasn't born. If I was born to be famous, I'll be famous. And if I wasn't born to be famous, I'm just going to have a good time.
Anything else you'd like to say to your fans, your friends, investors, supporters, family back home?
Well, I mean, to family back home, look, Mom, I'm on TV.
8 months later, she gets the recording of this VOD off of a jump ship.
I mean, and to people, if you like, I mean, to people who are fans of Apex Dragons and fans of the gladiators that they bring to the field, check me out. You might like what I bring, and if you do, I'd love your support. If if this is where I'm going to be and this is where I'm going to go, collectively, the fans and I, let's see how far I can take this.
I would like you to make a political statement roll based on this interview.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay. Well, things go well for you then. Reduce your stress by 1 or gain it. Oh, reduce your stress by 1 and gain a glory.
Okay.
So you'll get 1 experience for winning the battle, well, for participating, and then an experience or a glory for guaranteed victory, and then glory from this. So
I will take the XP option for my guaranteed victory. I will take my glory for my political statement. And I would like to train
with Brody Harrison.
With Brody. I've got to learn this. I've got to learn this new battlefield.
Yeah, so Brody's just like, all right, look, I'm the best there ever is and was. He stops to just flex his muscles real quick. You look a little scrawny there, periphery rat. It's time to whip you into shape. Let's do 100 laps with me real quick. And he just starts joking. You can't control your mech until you learn to control yourself.
Adam will roll his eyes and then fall back on his military training and run in circles.
Yeah, but you move to a new unit and they don't know how competent you are, right? You gotta pass the PT so that the, I don't know, the sergeant. Never mind. I'm not even gonna bother. That's as military as I'm gonna go. The sergeant knows how good you are. The guy who's, I assume it's an NCO. That's like, yep, this guy is totally out of shape.
Adam spent time being evaluated over and over by as an auxiliary to different mercenary groups and taking different missions. So he's used to being evaluated.
Have to get evaluated again by the most macho man this side of the Rio Grande. Anything else you'd like to do?
I guess in the between his training time or in his personal time while he's living in the barracks, he'll spend time touching up the details of the paint on his behemoth.
Oh, I see. Now look, no one else has asked, so I don't want to force this if you don't want it. But did you want to have an encounter with the mysterious mech bay mechanic, or do you want to leave that reveal till later?
We can have an encounter. I'm probably spending enough time that I'll run into him while I'm touching up the paint.
All right. So the person that approaches is like, I assume it's an empty mech bay at night, right? And you're just like painting with a massive paint brush and like a stenciler all up and down the side of the mech. And you hear someone humming. The person approaching you like looks almost elvishly androgynous and is just wearing like a loose white robe that has been covered with like mech grease and oil and such. It's like they've turned a painter's smock. They've turned a religious robe into a painter's smock, essentially, but not for like for working on mechs. It's not like it's super loose or anything that you'd want to have around heavy machinery, but it definitely feels like a Comstar creation for sure. And they just wave to you and say, "Ah, hello there.
Hey, you're out pretty late."
Sure. So are you.
I got to make sure when I take this thing in, everybody knows what it's done. As he's painting the next Jade Falcon symbol underneath the cockpit.
They put their hand on the mech and go, Yeah, seems like a good one.
That's quite the trophy, isn't it?
I wouldn't call it a trophy. It's doing what it was intended to do. They
That's
put
true.
both hands on the mech now and said it was born for war. And here it is. Trophy implies that it is a prize to be won.
Well,
now they're walking on like the shoulder in between like the cannon and the cockpit now, looking down at you, and they're just like, "Oh, you're the new one. Oh, yeah. I've heard of you."
well, I suppose it's comforting to know that our mech tech has got a sense of reverence for the war machines he works on.
They prefer they. If
The
you need
the machines prefer they?
no, I prefer they.
Okay.
If you need to call me anything, it's J. The letter, not the name.
You prefer that over your name?
I left my name behind a long time ago. And now that we live in the times that we're in, names are less important.
Adam will look visibly confused by that statement.
Yeah, so they like squat down. You know, they're like a good 10 feet over you, but they squat down so that that additional 2 feet, right? So that they can talk to you closer and just say, the war's over. The war. The only war that ever mattered. Blake's will's been done. We're living in a time of peace in heavens.
Enjoy your optimism.
I can see it in you. The smoke of the battlefield, the bitterness. But those are just fights. Fighting is not a war. Secessions were wars. We lost things. Now we gain new technology, understanding, culture. A whole section of humanity that was alone is now a part of us again.
Humanity.
The Great War is over.
I'm talking about the clanners.
They are human, just like you and me.
They're definitely not like you and me.
Perhaps, but I'm not like you. But we're both human, aren't we?
And you haven't given me any reason to think you're not.
Just because someone says Queoff does not mean that they are not saved. We are all saved, Mr. Harley. The end times have come and gone. War is over. Peace will reign. Humans will fight, but never again will we lose everything we have and stand on the brink of technological extinction. We are in glorious times.
Well, we're certainly in interesting times, and while we definitely disagree on a lot, I enjoy your optimism, and I look forward to hearing more.
Mr. Knight, you are a man embittered by the battlefield, and look at you now, fighting for entertainment. Is this not a better path? The wars are over. There are only battles. We are one people again. And then they begin singing a song about one people, one vision, one truth, that the time will come. As they just start wandering away. It's like they got bored with this conversation and they're just like, it's time to sing now.
Do they leave while singing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Adam is just He's in his. I mean, he's sitting on his little painter sling and painting the symbols on there, and he's like, and he says to himself, as he's thinking, he's like, man, if anybody would, if if at some point the clanners and the rest of us are supposed to be one people, it'll be after I die.
Dun 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 dun. Mech Warrior, Dark Ages, Republic of the Sphere, coming in 2022.
And he just starts working on the next one, and this time he's painting a smoke jaguar symbol, and that's his scene.
Wow, Jade Falcons and smoke jaguars. That's a guy who really gets around. All right. You got anything else, Kane? I think it's been a good episode.
I think it was a good start. I'm curious to see what the reaction is to Adam Knight.
Sure. Audience, let them know. Comment section, Discord, make it happen. I know some of you are shy. I want to briefly address something that's happening in the tabletop RPG community right now. Know that I'm saying this hours after it's happened, and it's a fluid, evolving situation, but it needs to be talked about, because sometimes when people come to my channel for my Battletech shows, they're like, I finally made it here. APGamingREAL, Arthur, so great, all your shows. You do what nobody else can. I'm like, no. All of you can do this. There's a tabletop GM out there, Arcadum, who's been building up this cult of personality around himself. He's been maneuvering relationships with his fellow players, using them to promote his businesses and abusing the relationship between those businesses. And, it all stems from that cult, that people treat what he's doing as if it's somehow unique, that he's somehow above people. Please don't do that. Don't. Because almost every GM that I see, stream GM that I see, that has that done to them turns out to be an awful person. I really can't think of a GM that's been done to that didn't turn out to be terrible so far. So please don't get too invested. And I'm not just talking about GMs either. People that you see in the media, I think there's what. All right, Kane, let me tag you in here real quick. Is it called parasocial relationships? You know this term? Am I wrong about this?
This is a term that I'm not familiar with, but all right.
I can tag you out if you want. I think it's called parasocial relationships, where people form attachments with someone they've never met but watched a lot of, and they feel like they should have some investiture in their life.
According to a psychology thing that I'm reading right now,
sure.
One-sided relationships, where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time to in the other person, the persona, is unaware of the other's existence.
Okay. So don't form parasocial relationships, with, us, the cast, me as a DM, with any media figure. It's okay to talk to us. We're not godlike super beings. We're regular people. And as far as the uniqueness of the show, you can do this too with your friends. I've left you the instructions for how to do it. I literally have openly provided all of the archetypes and rules. You can go watch the playtest where we form all of these things. I know it seems like it's hard, but the mechanics are not the hard part. The hard part is putting in the work to be friends with people and form stories. And in that, I can't help you. No one can give you an exact path for how to form relationships with people. They can give you guidelines, I guess. I'm straying too far from my original point, which is be safe out there and don't get too attached. Everything sucks. Never meet your heroes. Kane, you got any follow up on this Arcadum situation? I know you only heard about it from me slightly beforehand. So
Yeah, but the some of the phenomena behind those kind of relationships are definitely things that I think a lot of us are familiar with. Um, and I think in depending on the spheres of the internet you live in, you probably have seen or have participated in mocking people for being on the losing side of that relationship. I mean, one of the reasons that I like and that I came to AP's channel and developed like the stuff that I've done as a viewer and then now as a cast member hasn't been at all because I thought AP was superhuman or anything like that. There was no worship
I'm
there.
really
It was
less
just
than human, just to be clear.
it was really I think one of the things that really stood out to me was the fact that uh, most of the cast and AP himself are just they've never tried to portray themselves as anything other than people putting themselves in like the social risk of being on the internet and working hard,
And
which are all things anybody can do.
Full legal name from time to time.
Yes, and the only thing that I mean, and there's nothing superhuman or special or more worthy than anybody else. It's just AP puts in a lot of hard work, and we get to enjoy the hard work.
It's a lie. I'm usually sleeping or playing Fake Grand Order.
And I did like how on his Discord, which you should join,
you can join.
You can join. The amount of interaction between people. There's no like anytime that I've tried to ask something of a cast member or had a point of curiosity, there's always been a discussion. Nobody's been too self-important to be involved in any of them or anything. I mean, that's why I'm here.
Okay. All right. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's it. So, if you pay attention to the tabletop RPG community, keep an eye out because there's going to be some real shit over the next week or two where people put out more guides on how safety tools work. Speaking of, you should definitely use them, but they are not the end all. You definitely need to check in with people. And, I don't know. Have a good afternoon, guys. Hopefully this didn't ruin your mood too much.